There was a mishap when I tried to do this the first time. I haven't done this shit in a while, so I forgot how to do it and set it up. All right, let me wait for some people to get in here and we'll start doing some questions, man. Let's see. Chat room. Where's the chat at? Live chat. All right, can you guys hear me? Speak up, god damn it. Oh yeah. All right, cool. Welcome to the first live chat of CDT. Holy shit, it's been a while since I've done one of these. Well, before we start on your questions, I used to give you the rundown here. I am currently in Grants, New Mexico. According to the official CDT miles, it's like at mile 532, I think, but I've done actually less than that because I've taken a few alternates. But official CDT miles is like there's over 500. So that's the deal. Taking my 00, man. Haven't eaten my ass out. It's been nice. But hope you guys have been enjoying the videos. Been working my ass off trying to make them a lot better in the last couple of years. But anywho, fire away some questions, man. I'll be here for an hour or so. Getting drunk on Diet Coke. Good evening. All right, Daniel. LK, hey dude, what other long distance trails? Get this chat back. I don't know why it disappears on me. Do you have your sights on? Treks after the CDT and beyond. I'm a fly by the seat of my pants kind of gal. I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I just don't know. I mean, there's a whole list in my head of trails I'd like to do eventually, but it's just one at a time, right? So who knows what the fuck I'll do next year. I got a lot of things in my mind though, for sure. Love the drone shots. Yeah, I'm hoping you guys are enjoying that because it's a pain in the ass carrying that thing and setting it up and just putting it up in the air. And I'm no expert on it. I'm learning as I go. But hopefully the video footage gives you a little different perspective than a lot of other hiking videos you see out there. That's the main reason why I wanted to carry it. There's going to be many times where I can't throw it up in the air. So don't get used to drone footage in every damn video because I got to obey the laws out here. So wilderness areas, national parks, you can't fly those things. So I'm trying to respect it. And especially even if I'm in a legal zone, I'm trying to respect other hikers, and I'll always ask if they mind me throwing it up in the air for like 10, 15 minutes to get some shots. But I'll throw it up when I can. How's your ankle? Vocha Alloy asks, how's your ankle? Ankle's, my ankle. It's very fragile. It hasn't been causing too much of a problem like it did on the ET and PCT quite yet. It's been my shins. I'm sure many of you guys, the videos that have come out, you see me limping like a son of a bitch with my shin splints. That became an issue. We had a 19-mile pavement highway walk into Silver City, New Mexico, and that just destroyed my fucking legs. And I woke up the next morning in my hotel, and I couldn't even fucking walk. It was horrible. Shin splints, if you ever had them, it's an annoyance factor. It's not like you're crippled completely, but it's just very annoying to walk, and it is painful. So I'm limited to doing like sometimes 4 miles at a time, and I got to sit down and take a break. But as of recently, last few days on trail, I haven't had any pain whatsoever. I had compression sleeves shipped up here to Grant, so I'm actually got one on my left shin right now. What happened was I originally got one on my right shin, and then once that healed up, then my left one went. So my left one is starting to heal up now, and I've just been taking double, triple zeros in towns, just resting and icing it. So we'll keep plugging along. But as far as my ankle goes, it's it'll become an issue eventually, I'm sure, but it's holding together right now. Irish Luck 74 asks, do you see yourself doing the AT again? Yeah, I can see myself doing the AT again many, many times. Even if it's not a through hike, I'll section hike that thing till I'm a fucking old man, I'm sure. I love that trail. It was a treat working on the AT last year. For sanity purposes, mostly, I couldn't go back to a normal job. I would have lost my shit. So being able to work at mountain crossings last year and be around the AT was very special. TRK asks, if Smiles catches up to you, buy her a cold soda. I don't know who Smiles is. Is that another YouTuber? I don't know Smiles. I'm sure there's many Smiles out on the trail. Well, I'll ask her to buy me a cold soda. come do the Superior Hiking Trail in October. You will love it. Yeah, I'll probably be crippled by October if I finish this trail. When I finish this trail, I might need a break. October's gonna be too soon to go hiking again, I'm sure. I remember when I got up the last two trails, like 2 weeks after the fact, I was basically a crippled. I couldn't fucking walk. I'd roll out of bed. I remember rolling out of my bed one time after the PCT and literally fell on the floor. I couldn't fucking stand up. My joints had locked up. So there's a decompression period after you finish one of these long trails and your body starts feeling normal again. Cole Mackey, is the Tiger Blood Jewel song going to make another appearance in this year's videos? Yeah, I got a lot of Tiger Blood Jewel songs. I get the question a lot. What service do I use for music for my videos? It's called Epidemic Sound. I pay monthly for it, but it's a whole library of songs I can use that I can, use copyright free on my videos. And Tiger Blood Jewel, I've got a lot downloaded. So I think I have in my library that I can use for these videos. I think I have about 250 songs downloaded on my iPad that I can use. So I try to mix it up as much as possible. Nameless profile. The heel is stunning. Your shots are incredible. Are you color grading the video or it's straight out of camera? It's straight out of camera, basically. There's only a couple instances where I had to do somewhat minor tweaks on the color grading, only because the shots were blown out. Basically, I do my best to check the exposure before I make the shot, but when it's bright in the middle of the day, it's not always easy, especially to see the back of my LCD screen on my camera. This thing is pretty much, I can't see it sometimes in the sun. So I have my ND filter on it where I do my best, but some shots have been blown out and then I'll just tweak it down a little bit. But other than that, it's straight out of the camera. Sony does a pretty good job. Some will argue that Canon's color science is 100 times better, but I think Sony does just fine in that department. Any plans for taking zeros in Colorado? Yeah, I'm taking zeros all day, every day. I've taken at least a zero in every town. I double zeroed, I think, in Silver City. That was because my shins were all fucked up. Here in Grants, this is my double zero here. Doc Campbell's. I don't know which videos have come out yet. I shouldn't reveal too much, but yeah, I've basically been taking at least a zero in every town. I'm not trying to get to Colorado anytime soon. Once I get to Colorado, see what the snowfall is like and all that stuff, then I can judge what kind of mileage and how many days I can take off. Because I got to get to Canada eventually. I can't be fucking up like they did in the PCT and getting there late October. That was just dumb. So I'll definitely take zeros in Colorado. A lot of it depends on how cool the town is too, and what kind of town food they got there. It's a deciding factor many times, and how mentally and physically drained I am at the time. But we got two more town stops here in New Mexico. We got Cuba coming up from here, and then onto that is Chama, and then Colorado. I think it's like 688 miles in New Mexico. How's the cow tire water? It's fine. When you're that dehydrated and thirsty, you don't give a fuck, honestly. So I hear some hikers complaining that it tastes like LG or tastes like whatever. When you're that fucking thirsty, I thought it was heavenly. It tasted amazing. Yeah, the water situation out here is just fucking stupid, man. It's the water carries. It's a fucking nightmare, man. I hate, especially with all this camera gear that I'm carrying. My camera gear weighs 8 fucking pounds. So when I'm coming out of town with like a 5-6 day resupply, on top of having to haul like 4 liters of water, I've got a heavy ass fucking pack, man. And these water carries are stupid. Like the longest one we've done so far is 22 miles, and I couldn't make it. I was like it's 5 miles short that day. I couldn't hike anymore, and I'm like, fuck, I got to dry camp it. But yeah, 22 miles without water, and that's every stretch has been at least 15 miles at a time. You're hiking the water. It sucks, especially when it's that fucking hot out. Man, these questions are going fast. Dan Z, Zai, the road walks would suck. Yeah, the road walks. All right, if I haven't bitched enough on these videos yet about these road walks, more is coming. Trust me. The road walks suck. And New Mexico has been, I would say 80% has been road walks. If it's not pavement, it's dirt roads. A lot of these dirt roads are very scenic. And this last stretch coming in here to Grants was absolutely gorgeous, but it was all dirt road. It gets very monotonous and it beats you down mentally. Forget about the physical part. Especially pavement will wreck your fucking feet and your shins and stuff. But the mental battles on these long road walks, it just fucks you up, and it fucked me up a couple times. Light Fighter Outdoors, thanks for the donation, brother. Hike on. Hell yeah, we will. What editing software do you use on the iPad? LumaFusion, LumaTouch, LumaFusion is what I use. For editing video, photos, I use Lightroom Mobile. Been doing all my editing on my iPad since the beginning, really. I have both those softwares on my phone as well, but the iPad gives me a little more screen real estate to edit. Makes it a little easier. What's up from Tennessee? Johnny Joby? What up, man? What part of Tennessee you in? I was just in Nashville before I hit the trail. I haven't been there in like 20 years. It was awesome. Hung out with my friend Feathers. Speaking of which, she's always fucking up productions. She's itching to get on trail. Where can I get some Habitat coffee mugs? Is that what it said? Must be nice not to hang bareback every night. Well, as far as the coffee mug and merch, if you go in the description of box of any of my videos, I have my merch, and usually a little end screen comes up at the end of my videos to link you to my merch. You can buy that. Yeah, so I got all that stickers and shirts and shit. Cheap Charlie Chronicles, what up, dude? I'm learning to get a hammock. I'm learning to getting a hammock instead of a tent for my hikes. What do you think of hammocks for long distance hikes? It depends on what trail you're on. Now, I think I might have seen one hammocker on this trail. In the desert, there's nowhere to hang it, so you're cowboy camping. Very similar to the PCT. I think there's some part hammockers on the PCT I saw, but in the desert, there's nowhere to hang them, so you're cowboy camping. Now, when you get up in the northern part of these trails, yeah, you can hammock. The AT, you can hammock the whole fucking way. There's a lot more hammockers on the AT, but I haven't seen a single one on the CDT yet. It's all tents, man. Nowhere to hang those things. Shout out from Montana. Hell yeah, I can't wait to get back to Montana. As many of you know, I lived up in Montana for 4 years, up in Whitefish, Kalispell area. So I'm stoked to get back up there. I'm gonna go into that restaurant I used to work at after the trail and say, "Hey, what's up? You motherfuckers flip me some eggs." I'm done doing that shit for a living. Any new tattoos? No. The last one I got this bear on my hand. Where's it at? Where's the camera at? Got that bear head on my hand. That was just before I hit the trail. Me and Feathers, we went down to where the hell I go that? It was over in Gainesville, Georgia. We were both going to get tattooed, but she couldn't get in, and but I got my hand tattooed there before the trail. I'll get some hiking related tattoos after this one for my Triple Crown. Ryan Joe, what up, man? Thanks for the donation. Add this to the Diet Coke fund. I've been going through a lot, man. I went through. Well, they didn't have Diet Coke with 2 liters, but I got Diet Pepsi the other night, 2 liter I drank. I've been going through a lot. Not a lot of trail magic free shit. There's a couple. I got 2 instances of free shit. I don't think the really good one, came out yet. That one was awesome. But people have been really nice. You know, you don't hitch on this trail. At least you haven't so far. You will get one once you get up to Colorado, Montana. The hitches are very long, but here you walk into towns. Hence the like 20-mile road walks into town. It sucks. People offer you rides, but you don't want to be a cheater. You're like, no, I'm walking it into town. I'm sure there's some people that hitch, but I'm not doing that. Sorry, guys. If you see my hand coming up like this, the chat keeps disappearing, so I have to get it back. I'm not crazy. Are you hiking? Mallory Smith asks, are you hiking with anyone or solo? So I started April 15th, which is like the go-to heart of the bubble for the CDT. So there's a shit ton of people, around me right now, and I've been hiking around mainly the same people. I say around, not with. I hike around people just because we are all basically doing the same mileage out here, and if I don't see them for a day, we run to each other in towns, and we're coming out of town at the same time. So it's the same core group I've been seeing since the beginning, for the most part. But yeah, I hike solo. Uh, uh, Ryan Kuhn, you are a rad man. Your story is inspiring. Well, good. Hopefully, it inspired you to grab some gear and hop over that fence, man. Beats the fuck out of working for a living, I'll tell you that. Even though filming these videos sometimes feels like a job to me, it's a fun job. I enjoy doing it. I hope you guys enjoy watching them as much as I love doing it. Think you'll catch up the beats, Ryan Joe? Beats and I keep in contact through social media. He is last time I checked, he left early as fuck. So I think he's heading towards Chama at this point. He's a couple towns in front of me. But he told me, he texted me the other day and said that everybody's waiting in Chama right before you go up into the San Juans because there's still a shit ton of snow up there. So nobody wants to go up there and break trails. So he was kind of busting everybody's balls. So we'll see if Beats he'll be the first one up in Colorado if he don't give a fuck. Uh, Captain Yona, you seem. Oh, goddamn chat. Where did I go? Sorry. Captain Joe, where'd your comment go? Fuck balls. Captain Young, you seem to like you're in better place mentally this time. Are you feeling better on this trip than on the PCT? If I seem, I feel like I've been down in the dumps a lot more just because these road walks have been destroying me mentally. Maybe it doesn't come off in videos, but yeah, it's been a mental strain. Aside from my physical shins fucking up and stuff, these road walks have destroyed me mentally. It's horrible. And then when you're in physical pain on top of that, it's like, God damn, fuck this shit. But you're trying to push 20s because you got to get to town. You only want to carry so much food on your back. So it's like I can't just say fuck it. I'm gonna sit here and set up camp after 10 miles because I don't want to walk anymore. You have to pick yourself back up and you have to get your 20 for the day, or else you're gonna run out of fucking food. Because I'm not hauling like 7 days of food on my back on top of fucking 12 pounds of water. Mm-mm. How much of a lag do you have before your videos come out? So right now, I think which one came out tonight? Episode 13, right? I think I have 22 uploaded. Um, so I'm about 2 weeks ahead. I went back to doing them every other day because of my shin issue, and I was taking more zeros than I thought I was going to originally. So if I get two ahead of time, I'm gonna start putting them out every day again. But as of now, I'm gonna go one more stretch every other day, and then if I get footage too far behind, then I'll start releasing them every day for you guys. I just don't want there to be a lag too much. Like I don't have to go the week without a video because I've been in town for like a week, so I can see myself as long as my body holds up. Then we'll go back to every day for the videos. Are you going to flip up to Wyoming, then do Colorado and fall before because of snow? No, I'm going to push right through it. I'm trying to take my sweet ass time to get to Colorado. This year wasn't a huge snowfall up there. There'll still be snow, obviously, but um, and I pushed to the Sierras going north. I didn't flip, so that's the plan this year too. I'll go through the San Juans. Uh, uh, Brian's in. The drone shots have been awesome. Thank you. Like I said, I'm no drone expert. I'm learning this shit. I didn't get much practice before I came out here, so they'll get better as I use it more. I've only crashed it once into a tree. Luckily, I carry more propellers, so I cracked the propeller. I had to change them out real quick. Nameless profile. What camera shoulder clip do you use? Would you recommend it? Does the lens bounce against your chest as you hike? No. I use the Peak Designs capture clip. Where's my pack at? I'll grab my pack real quick so you can see it. So here is my Peak Designs capture clip right there. So when you buy this, it comes with this little clip here attached to the bottom of my camera. And the way this goes in, it just slides right in this clip. Doing it when my pack's not on my back is a little different. But then once it's on there, it ain't going anywhere, and there's a little push button release and it comes right off. So when this thing is on my shoulder strap sitting right here, I don't really notice it. I've been doing this now. It's my third trail with using that. Well, second trail, but yeah, I don't notice the way it doesn't bounce on me. Highly recommend Peak Design stuff. Not only their capture clips, but they make a lot of good shit. So they're awesome company. I have their carbon fiber tripod at home, which I didn't carry on this trail because it's a little too heavy, but yeah, I love that tripod too. Peak Designs is a great company. What do you recommend for a beginner hiker that doesn't live close to any long trails? So go on All Trails, the app All Trails. Yeah, it's free, but you can pay for it and get more features. and you just search within like 100-mile radius of wherever you fucking live. There might just be a park trail, but it'll bring up all the trails around your house. Go hike them. It's a great app. I've used it before. As far as long distance trails, if anybody that lives near any long distance trail, Gut Hooks is what we all use out here. Gut Hooks is an amazing app. There's a social side to it to where we use for water sources. There's comments below every icon on that app. And so, you know, when we're stressing for water out here, you can read whoever came through there yesterday. They'll leave a comment and say, hey, this bitch is flowing. Go ahead and walk a half-mile off trail because you got water out there. So it's nice in that aspect where it's more social with all the hikers out here. We're all helping each other out. Do you carry any paper maps? No, there's only one dude I saw carrying paper maps. What the fuck was his trail name? I met him early on. I met him on the first day. Him and his girlfriend were hiking together with their dog, and he's hiked the Hey Duke Trail. He makes documentaries. He was carrying a shit ton of camera gear like I am, drones and all this shit. He had paper maps, but everybody else used gut hooks from what I've seen out here. Like 3, 4, 5 years ago, from my understanding, everybody was using paper maps and compasses out here, but gut hooks has evolved within the last 5 years. So gut hooks is basically all I've needed up to this point. Gives you all the alternates, and even there's like dotted lines on there. So, for example, when I was going through the Gila, there's basically no trail. I mean, you're just bushwhacking a lot of times, like crossing the river, but you see dotted lines on gut hooks. You can hop on one of those dotted lines. It's a half-ass trail, and just follow that till you meet back up to where you're going. So, Dad's of 2 South Carolina Girls, Cliff. What's up, buddy? Thanks for the donation, man. Is YouTube working? Shit balls. Ghetto Productions, mine. Is YouTube working as a viable income source, or do you have it to work and save in the off season? I'm not a full-time YouTuber. As of now, when I put videos out every day on these trails, I make enough to dirt bag for sure. But as far as off season goes, I haven't gone to that level yet. I'd like to. I don't want to work for a living anymore, quote unquote, work for a living. I want to make a full-time living with this thing right here. So that's what I'm working towards. You know, for my lifestyle and what I do, if I was to do it full time, yes, I make enough through YouTube. As long as I'm putting content out, consistently, I make enough to dirt bag. So all you need is what? Food, and maybe a hotel every once in a while. Do you carry bear spray for the upper last part of the trail, Colorado, Wyoming, Idaho, etc.? Yes, I have bear spray. I actually have it back at Mountain Crossings where I left them. I had my boss ship it up to me when I get to Grizzly Country. National Geographic hire Habitat. I don't think I'm PC enough for those fuckers. I would love to work for National Geographic though, just for the free plane tickets to go wherever. Yeah, I'm not PC enough for these types of people. What pack do you have? I'm carrying the Junction. This is the Hyperlight Junction pack. Basically the same as the Wind Rider. The only difference is the Wind Rider has this mesh backing, and it's the same mesh for the water bottle pockets here. But the Junction has the cloth material that has on the Southwest pack. So they just combine the two, hence the Junction. That's the pack I'm using. I did rip a hole in it the other day, surprisingly enough. Where is it? I threw some Cuban fiber tape on it. Where was that little hole at? Might not be able to see it. Right there. You can't even see it. It was a little hole. So there's a little like 6-mile stretch. We went through lava fields. And if you ever hiked through lava fields, and I did on the PCT up in Lassen, that shit is sharp as shit. And I was tired as fuck, and I threw my pack down, leaned up against it, and rubbed against one of those lava rocks and tore a little hole in it. Just threw some Cuban fiber tape on it. I was pretty butthurt about that, though. One thing I wish that Hyperlight would do with these packs is throw load lifters on them. That's my only request. Other than that, they're very comfortable. But when I'm coming out of town with a full resupply, and of course I'm carrying all this gear, camera gear and shit, water carries, having those load lifters to just take the weight off a little bit up there would be everything. Just for those first couple of days out of town when I got a really fucking heavy pack. Hyperlight's excuse probably would be, well, if you're using one of our packs, you should be light enough not to need the load lifters, is where they're coming from on that. But yeah, ULA throws load lifters on their packs, and they're still ultralight. So I don't know why Hyperlight won't do that. I wish they would. Roscoe P. Waggletails. First Roscoe P. Waggletails question. Probably not the first, but first one I saw. I miss him dearly. The sitter sends me videos of him. She sent me this video of him the other day. He does this thing where he just like drags himself across the floor. Oh, it's so fucking adorable. I miss that little guy already. Roscoe's doing all right though. I miss him dearly though. There's been a couple people hiking with dogs out here. A couple told you that I saw on the first day, their dog got injured, wasn't doing good, did get off the trail, so that's why I would never hike with Roscoe. Even if Roscoe was a working dog, I wouldn't put my pet through that sort of pain. Too much of a dog lover for that. You gonna hang it up after the Triple Crown? Fuck no, Mom. Hell no. I'm gonna keep hiking till I'm fucking. You meet dudes like Pappy and Nimblewell Nomad and all these fucking guys are up in their 80s, 90s still hiking. Hopefully that's me. As long as my body's holding together, I will continue to be a dirtbag till the end of fucking time. Yeah, this is Triple Crown. Is just that was the goal I had set for myself before I hit the ET. But that's only the beginning, man. Once you get a taste of this lifestyle, there's no going back. That's why you see, repeat offenders on these fucking trails all the time because you get a taste of this lifestyle. It's impossible to go back to whatever the fuck you were doing before. It's not fun. It's like, what am I doing with my life? This is retarded. I'm just punching a time clock, working for these assholes for fucking what? A retirement plan? Oh, I'd rather live my fucking retirement now when I'm still fucking healthy. I don't give a fuck about going down to Florida wearing white tennis shoes and playing shuffleboard all goddamn day, eating dinner at 4 fucking o'clock. Not my thing, man. Is Feather seriously thinking of hiking with Little Leaf? Yep, that's her goal. She's yep. I mean, Feathers talk quite frequently, and she's just playing the waiting game because she's going southbound. So you better hit her up and ask her what her official plans are. I'm sure she'll be putting videos out when it comes closer. But yeah, she's gonna do what she can with Little Leaf. She can't hike with her through like national parks and shit like that. You can't do that. So she'll have to get what she can and figure it out. I'm sure she will though. Feathers is a smart gal. What you been eating? I fucking hate eating on trail. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I could resupply on just this. Okay. Nothing tastes good to me out here. Seriously, I have to force myself to eat dinner every night. I literally, I don't eat breakfast. I just get on trail and I start eating candy bars when I get hungry. That's it. I fucking hate eating on trail. It's a chore. Nothing tastes good to me. I just don't like it. I make up for in towns for sure. This iPad right now is braced up on 3 pizza boxes. But eating is a chore for me on trail. I don't like doing it. But you have to eat because if you don't, then your body's going to suffer. You got to recover at night. So I force myself to eat every day and every night, but I don't like doing it on trail. Nothing tastes good. You can only get so creative with ramen, but all this shit starts tasting the same after a while. Alexa Libby, this is for being a dog lover and talking about Roscoe. Thank you for the donation, Alexa. Yeah, I'm a softie when it comes to animals, man. Sometimes I think I come to town only for the dogs. And if there's a group of hikers somewhere, but there's dogs there too, I'm hanging with the dogs. I love animals, so yeah, I always choose animals over people. Have you talked to Dixie lately? I don't know. I don't even think Dixie knows who the fuck I am. Yeah, I'm sure Dixie is a lovely gal in person. I just don't. I don't know. The way some of these people come off on YouTube, it just doesn't seem authentic to me, in my honest opinion. I mean, she makes a full time living at this stuff, so I commend her for that. And what she does with her videos, as far as educational things, is top notch. She's gotten more people into backpacking, I'm sure, than any of us fucking YouTubers out here the past few years of what she's done, which is awesome because it gets more people on the trail. But I don't know. The authenticity, I don't think is there all the time. I think if I was to sit around a campfire with her, she'd be talking a little bit more like me. How many people we got in here, by the way? 377 people. Hell yeah. Uh, how's the rest of your gear holding up so far? Anything you regret bringing or not bringing? What has gear failures? So you guys saw on that the first night on the CDT, my sleeping pad deflated. Where I was camped was next to that water cache. It was very rocky that night, and I got my duplex up, but it was just a very shitty area. And it was all rocky and stuff. I don't know how my sleeping pad got ripped, but it was a pretty big hole. I woke up in the middle of the night, patched it, and it's held up ever since. So gear breaks down. Other than that, everything else has been holding up. It's just the dust on my camera is constant, so I'm constantly wiping this thing down every night. If you notice, some of the recent videos that are gonna be coming out, I've got little dust spots on there. I do my best with that to clean it out, but I have to clean my sensor, and sometimes you'll find dust spots on there. It's just nothing I can do about it. So, yeah, the dust out here is insane. Other than that, it's just shoes. I got a new pair of shoes here in Grant, so I'll be rocking new Lone Peaks out of here tomorrow. And then I went through two pair of socks, both got holes in them. But other than that, rest of my gear's holding up so far. Been very pleased with the duplex. Even these high wind situations, that's what I was worried about with that duplex. But as long as you stake that bitch out properly, it's been doing really well in the wind. Been happy with that. Are you staying in the game mentally? Trying. That's the hardest. Physically, I can always push through pain. Sometimes I think I get off on pain, and I can always push through that somehow, some way. I find it down within me to keep walking. But mentally, I struggle out here sometimes, and these road walks have done it to me. It's gonna happen. It's a 6 month long fucking hike, and we're all human beings out here. Everybody's gonna have rough stretches, and I'm not the only one out here. I talked to many hikers around here that are going through the same shit I am. Um, so it's the mental battles is what gets you to Canada every fucking time. You know, whoever finishes the long trails is very strong mentally. I will say that. Walt Longmire, sixth grade teacher in Idaho, hiking Oregon PhD. Would you show your videos to my students so I could go? God damn it, chat, come back, come on. Would you like to show your videos to my students so you could go back and bleep out all the swear words? that so editing at night is it's not always my favorite thing in the world, especially when I'm dog tired. I just want to fucking sleep. And these videos I've been putting out this year is taking me a lot more longer to edit than I have last year because I'm trying to do them a little bit better. So it's been taking me like an hour and a half every night to edit. If I had to edit out every cuss word I say, I would be up till 2 in the morning every night editing video. I just can't do it. Yeah, just put a parental advisory out there. That's why I put that patch on my pack for all the kiddies out there so they know off the get. Hello from Gallup, New Mexico. 1 hour west of Grants. Are you going to summit Mount Taylor and watch the sunrise? I'm going to take the Mount Taylor alternate. So coming out of Grants here, I think it's a 14-mile alternate out the CDT that takes you up and over Mount Taylor, which is upwards of 11,000 feet. So it's going to be quite the view. I've heard on gut hooks of some hikers cowboy camping out there. I probably won't do it. Then watch the sunrise. I'm sure it's pretty epic, but no, I'll get up and over that thing. But I'm sure it's an amazing view from up there. Hello from London. Well, hello. What time is it in London right now? Shit. Any advice for eating peanut butter bagels with a mustache? I struggle. Yeah, I've had to give up many of my favorite foods since I grew this fucking Sasquatch on my face. Last year I didn't touch my beard whatsoever. This year I'm trimming the mustache whenever I can because eating peanut butter, Nutella, all that shit, ice cream, it's impossible. It's just fucking when you live on trail, you really don't care, quite honestly. People see you with this shit on your face, you don't care. But personally, I don't like it. I got to keep my mustache trimmed at least. Otherwise, I can't eat that food. You have Nutella crusted in your mustache for like 4 days in a row. It's just not fun. 3 a.m. in London. Go to bed, bitch. What the fuck? Spain, shit. Uh, let's see. Beard oil, beard balm. Yep, I'm carrying my beard comb and beard oil. I don't put it on so much on trail. It's when I get to town, I'm glad I have it because my face gets itchy as shit. So having beard oil when I get to town is heavenly. So my face don't itch. Would you do a good morning, you motherfucking sunshines, with some ramen on your beard? No, because I'll never eat ramen in the morning. I don't, like I said, I didn't eat breakfast. I haven't been eating breakfast in the morning. Like, the thought of eating oatmeal just does not appeal to me anymore in the morning. And I just want to get hiking. So basically, my routine these days, at least on this trail so far, is I get up and get my coffee in me, and then I get my ass down the trail. And once I start getting hungry, I've got my hip belt pockets loaded with candy bars, and I just start eating candy bars. That's it. Great vids. Thank you very much. Hey, from North Carolina, your vids are just keeping you better and better. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I've been trying to up the game this year for you guys. Uh, uh, tell us what you won't eat. I'll eat anything. It's just calories to me, quite honestly. And I want to go ahead and thank everybody who's been sending me boxes, and everybody wants to send me boxes in the future. I'm been eating whatever you guys send me. I honestly don't care what it is. It's just calories to me. Like I said, nothing tastes good, so I just eat whatever, just to recover. It's it. I have my Nutella and Snickers bars. I can basically resupply on that. That's it. Mm. So, but the people that send me a box here in Grants, they send me a bottle of Tabasco. So at least I'll be able to throw some hot sauce on all my shit this week. uh, Most expensive long trail. I don't know. This is only my third one. As far as the PCT was very pricey compared to the AT. I would safely say that the AT is the cheapest because you have hostels in every trail, every town you stop in. $20 for a bunk. PCT, I went broke pretty quick because there wasn't a lot of hostels, and if you take a zero or two in any of these towns, you're spending 150 a night to stay in these lodges, and then if you eat out a couple times, then you're walking out of town with like a $300 bill easily in every town in California. So, as far as this trail goes, there's actually been the only hotels I had to. Well, there's been hostels in almost every town so far. Lordsburg, in Silver City, there was a hostel. Here in Grants, there's actually a hostel. I've been spending the night in hotels because I'm over the hostel scene. I just can't stand being around other people. They're out partying and shit. But like Doc Campbell's, I stayed at. That's free stay. So far, there's been ways to stay cheap on the CDT. Thus far, anyway. I remember California being real fucking pricey though. Uh, we'll send you some Rocky Mountain oysters. I've eaten Rocky Mountain oysters. When I lived in Montana, I went to this music festival called Farmageddon Fest. I don't think they do it anymore, but they did it in West Yellowstone. Me and my girlfriend at the time drove out there, and I was still drunk at the time. So I was just shit faced on fucking Jack and whatever the fuck else, drinking all day. And it was the where the festival grounds were. There was only like a biker bar out there in the middle of this random ass field, and it backed up the same like a day after the testicle festival. There they held it, and so I was shit faced and all these leftover bull testicles, and I was just wasted on Jack Daniels and eating bull testicles for like 3 days. Oh, they're pretty good. Just slice them thin and bread them and deep fry them. Venture Spawn, thanks for the donation, man. Uh, uh, did you stop at the rancher's place with the eggs and potatoes? It's a bit built Linto and on the trail. Yeah, that video I don't think it's come out yet. It's called the Villa Ranch. Pretty trippy. Just fucking. They call it a ranch. It's just a like you said, a lean-to out in the middle of the fucking desert. And they have a little donation box out there. I slipped them $25. And then they have a fridge and Wi-Fi out there, and the fridge is just loaded with bags of potatoes and a shit ton of eggs. And they have these propane heaters out there with like flat top grills, and yeah, you just cook yourself potatoes and eggs in the middle of the fucking desert. It was pretty awesome. It saved me too because that was a long fucking stretch, and I was out of food. If it wasn't for that ranch and those potatoes and eggs, I would have been very hungry for that last day. Uh, what? Hello from Minnesota. What's up, Pac-Man? What's the plans for next year? I've got some things in my mind, and I'm not going to reveal those quite just yet, but I got some things in the works. So you guys will be pleasantly surprised, I'm sure. Let's finish this trail first, though. Coming here late. How's your legs? So my shin splints are just about gone. I'm gonna rock compression sleeves out of here, at least on my left leg, but for the most part, my shin splints are gone, and we're feeling all right. My feet are pretty shredded. By the time I hit town, just because these road walks are just destroying my feet. I haven't had any blisters. I had one small one working on my heel, but it popped already. I didn't even notice it. It's fine. So I haven't had any blisters really. It's just the constant pounding on the roads that will fuck your feet up big time. Luckily, and also I got new shoes here, so I'm rocking on new Lone Peaks out of here tomorrow. So I feel like walking on clouds. I'm sure. Just wanted to say thank you for the awesome videos. Well, thank you very much for following. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What was your favorite state on the AT? I think I've said this before. Maine. Maine made a very big impression on me. I don't know if it's because it's the end of the hike and it's all epic and shit, but it's the fall colors through there. I just had a very good experience through Maine. I also enjoyed northern Vermont a lot. Yeah. Uh, any worries about making it to Canada before winter? Yeah, it's going to be in the back of my mind. I'm sure after finishing the PCT October 25th. That fucking shit show of a trail up in the Northern Cascades. I'd rather not do that again up in Montana. There's the thing about the CAT is it's the choose your own adventure trail. So you can forget about being a purist on this trail. If you ever come out here and do this, forget about staying on the CDT. It's like there's alternates. You take them if you need to. Okay, so water carries, however much food you've got on you. There's no shame in taking the alternates. And I've done that many times. There's been a couple fire closures. I was forced to take alternates so far because they were doing controlled burns. Don't sweat that. But there are alternates to get to Canada other than the high routes, obviously. And the high routes are always more epic, and that's how you want to finish the trail. But if I do show up late, if I can't do the high route, then you're highway walking it to Canada. It is what it is. It's the lay of the land on the CDT. So, looks like the CDT is a little harder to follow than the Appalachian Trail. Yeah, it is. You're not on a fucking trail. You're either on a dirt road or pavement or some half-ass fucking animal trail. It's just whatever. You follow the red line on gut hooks, and hopefully you're somewhat close, but you just keep walking north. You're never really on a fucking specific CDT trail. Occasionally you are. There's a beaten path, but a lot of these times you're just walking through random ass fields in the desert, and you're just walking north. There's not really a trail. Florida Trail is too much of a road walk for IB Snakes are just as abundant of the CDT and PCT. I'll never do the Florida fucking trail. I don't give a shit. I don't. That does not appeal to me. Walking through waist deep water, bogs, and fucking sleeping next to alligators and bullshit. I ain't trying to do that. There's one trail I would never fucking do. Route finding skills are important on the CDT. Yeah, it's not like I'm an expert on route finding, but you can. It's common sense. You look ahead and you're like, okay, we'll take the path of least resistance. You know the direction you're going. If there's no trail here, but there's somewhat of a path, but the CDT is over this way, but it's all bushwhacking shit. We'll take the path of least resistance. There's no, it's just common sense. There's been plenty of times where I haven't checked my phone in a while. I'll randomly look at gut hooks on my phone and like, holy fuck, I'm like a half mile off the fucking CDT, but I'm still hiking north. I'm not that far off. You get there eventually. Am I using a drone for the overhead video? Yep, got the Mavic Mini. I've been rocking that. Try to throw it up in the air as much as possible for y'all. Get a different perspective. Will Roscoe be joining you at any point on the CDT? No, not this year. They'll be up in Indiana until I get home. Spotify or Apple Music for the tunes. I use Spotify. I think the suggestions that Spotify gives you are a lot better than iTunes. Yeah, I don't. These road walks, it's been nice. On the PCT, I didn't listen to too much music. AT, I rarely did unless I was going into town. CDT, I've listened to a lot of fucking music because these road walks are just like I said, they're mind numbing, and you gotta get your mind off of what the fuck you're doing sometimes. So music has been a very big help mentally on these long road walks so far. Favorite states on the PCT? Well, there's only three. Well, I guess California is really like three states in one, maybe in four. Um, I don't know. I don't have a favorite. Then I enjoyed Oregon. I don't know. It's green, a lot of trees. I'll let you go back into the Northern Cascades when there's not a lot of snow up there because the pictures I see of that stretch of trail are just mind blowing gorgeous. But I didn't get to see any of that when I showed up. Still beautiful though, even with the snow. Any go-to podcasts for the CT? Haven't really listened to any podcasts. Joe Rogan sometimes. I'm a nerd when he like interviews astronauts and like history type people. I'm a nerd when it comes to that kind of stuff. But it's mostly been music out here. Music will change the game mentally when you're dragging ass out there. What food are you already sick of? All of it. Tuna. Can't fucking eat tuna anymore. Ramen's gross. It's just I hate it all. Nutella and Snickers bars. That's all I really want. Uh, Biggest struggle on the CDT other than the road walks. It's the water carries. I mentioned this before. That the water carries they fucking suck, man. It's a lot of water weight. My capacity is 5 liters. I've hauled 5 liters twice. I think that's a lot of fucking weight. Usually I can get away with 3 liters at a time. I have a bad habit of not drinking enough water as I hike, but you're forced to on this trail. It's just too damn hot. It's too exposed. So I've been drinking a lot more water on this trail, and 3 liters has been, it gets me there. But you really need like 5 to be drinking enough water as you should. You should be carrying 5 liters. At least I should. 3 liters, I'm still dehydrated at 3 liter carries. But you're doing like 10 to 20 miles at a time without water. And a lot of times you get to these water sources out here and they're these cow troughs out in the middle of fucking nowhere. There's no trees around. It's just windy as fuck. And you're sitting there trying to filter water and the wind is just blowing sand in your face. And it's fucking horrible. It's fucking horrible. When I got to that Gila River, man, it was awesome just to be able to just be around water and not have to stress about it. And I only carried like a quarter of a liter at a time. And when I was thirsty, I just get it right out of the fucking river. It was a nice change of pace. Found your playlist on Spotify. Well, good. I did put a little half-ass playlist. Well, I guess so many questions about the music that I put in my videos. Before I hit the trail, I put a half-ass some of my songs I use for my videos on there. There's no lyrics. It's just the music that I use for the backgrounds on my videos. So if you want to search that, I think I just put it under IB Tats YouTube videos or something like that on Spotify. What is your music choice when you are hiking? So what have I been listening to lately? I mean, it's usually a combination. It depends on what mood I'm in, really. It's either like hard rock, like Clutch, Metallica, that kind of stuff, or bluegrass or classic country. Those are my go-to three. Hank Williams Sr., Johnny Cash, Merle Haggard, Loretta Lynn, Patsy Cline, all that shit. And I listen to like Clutch, Metallica, Pantera, Slipknot, very wide range of shit I listen to. I listen to classical a lot too. Something about classical piano music I absolutely love. I put that a lot of my YouTube videos too. It just goes very well with hiking, I think. I can zone out on classical music for, 20 miles at a time. Jimmy Rogers. Yep. I stayed. I when I was road tripping across the country one time, I stayed at the a cowboy camp. I just slept in the Jimmy Rogers Park in Meridian, Mississippi one time. It was sketchy as fuck. uh, Need some dip scent? No. In fact, I got way too much dip. I got a stack of cans over there. People send me dip. It's just like my addiction problem is not that bad. I dip pouches all day when I hike, and then I have long cut when I get to camping in towns and shit. But I'm like overloaded on dip right now. But if you want to send me a resupply box, I always take it. uh, uh, Video 13 was awesome. What was the best state to hike through? Uh, what was the best state to hike through that I've done? I mean, when I first got into backpacking, I lived up in Montana. Montana is pretty fucking amazing. Glacier National Park is the most beautiful place I've ever seen in my life. I'm stoked to get back up there. Yeah, Glacier National Park, Montana is fucking amazing. The winters are just too goddamn long. That's why I moved out of there. Plus, there's too many alcoholics in there. I would have been dead if I still lived in Montana. Search IB10 on Spotify. There you go. Thanks for helping me out there, man. I can't remember what I put it under. Search IB10 on Spotify. Have you done any backpacking in Yellowstone? Nope. Never been to Yellowstone. It'll be the first time on this trail. Born and raised in Kalispell. There's a lot. All there is to do is drink. Yeah, that's why I moved out. That's where I lived in Whitefish, right down the road. There's fucking town of Whitefish is a ski resort town. There's like 15 bars within 2 blocks, and that's all I fucking did was drink. I dated one of the local bartenders out there at the time. I didn't pay for a drink for 4 years. It almost killed me. Follow any hikers when you're not on trail? No, I don't have time to. No, I don't have time to. I got my own shit going on. It's just too much work for me. I can't. I don't have time to follow other people out here. Evening, brother. Yellowstone will be epic. Peace and love. Have a good night, man. Thanks for stopping in the chat. Much appreciated. Diet Coke's getting low, man. We'll give it another 10 minutes or so. I've been here almost an hour. Keep firing the questions at me, guys. What shovel do you use for your cat holes? Funny you should ask. I think I got it over there. I used a Deuce of Spades trowel, but it snapped in half the other night. You guys saw that? You found me on Instagram. You saw that photo I took of that windmill out there? That was an awesome camp spot in the Milky Way shot I got. So I woke up that next morning and I got up like 4 in the morning. I don't know why the fuck I did. I was trying to get mileage in. I started hiking at like 5 or something shit. And I got on down the trail and my ass is on a timer, right? Usually coffee gets it right out of me in the morning. But I started hiking and then I had to shit really fucking bad. So I grabbed my Deuce of Spades and I went there to try to dig a cat hole. And I was struggling because my ass was on a fucking timer and I was just pounding the ground with this fucking trowel and my handle snapped right off. So now I got my trowel's like that big. It sucks. I have to get a new one next first time I see with an outfitter. Yes, there's no outfitters around here. So I'm using half of a Deuce of Spades trowel to dig my shitholes right now. Do you pierce your blisters? I don't want to get blisters. I never had one blister on the AT. I never had one blister on PCT. I had one little small one. I think I'm working on my heel, but it's not an issue. So I've never had to deal with issues. Had to deal with blisters at all. It's those Lone Peaks, man. Once I switched to Lone Peaks, never had blister issues. I rocked Las Sportivas for a couple years. Wildcats. I did like those shoes, but I was getting blisters in them, so I switched to Lone Peaks like 4 years ago, and I've never had blisters since. I will say the Lone Peaks, the heel support's not there. I mean, it's just not. So I'm actually thinking. I've seen a lot of hikers out here, and I've talked to many of them that have switched to Olympus, Ultra Olympus shoes. The same wide toe box, you just got a little more cushion in them. I think I'm gonna once these current Lone Peaks I just got wear out. I think I'm going to try the Olympus shoes and give those a shot and see if it makes a world of difference. Because once your heels start going on these lone peaks and especially these road walks, you feel every fucking step on your heels. Have you ever tried orthotics inserts in your lone peaks? No, but I've always used the stock ones. I tried the green super feets one time. I didn't really like them, so I've always just kept the stock insoles in those lone peaks. What ice cleats are you going to use? I'm just going to get some micro spikes. I used crampons through the Sierras. I'm glad I had them, but I'm just going to rock micro spikes through the San Juans. I ordered some already. I ordered my ice axe and my micro spikes. I ordered them and shipped them up to Chama right before you enter the San Juan. So they're there waiting for me right now. What other YouTubers have you met? There's a couple of people out here that I randomly met. Didn't really talk to them too much. They said they were YouTubing. I don't really know who they were. The only one that I know that's a YouTuber that I met is my buddy Grizz, who he's hiking the CDT this year. Actually, I just met him today in town. He came in. He started like a week before after I did, and he cut up. But I think he had to skip some trail because he's got some fucked up shit going with his legs. He's gonna have to go back and do that part. But Grizzle Gear on YouTube. He showed up in one of my videos in Silver City, but he's here in town now. WMBII Surgeon, thanks for the donation. Would you be interested in hearing your back? Would be interested in hearing your backstory? Sorry, I'm getting this chat back. Have you done a YouTube on that about being sober? I've discussed this many times in videos, and yes, I'm a sober individual. December 19th, 2013, I went cold turkey. I was basically an alcoholic for like 15 years, and booze almost killed me. I went cold turkey, and it saved my life. Yeah, and I got into backpacking. That's kept me sober for 7 years now. So that's kind of how I got into all this stuff. Originally, when I got sober, I didn't know what to do with my life. I just drank every day, all day for like 15 years, and then I'm like, what do I do with all my free time now? So I bought a backpack and started hiking, and here I am, still sober. All right, how about this? We'll do a couple more questions. Are you nervous about Grizzlies up north? No, not really. I mean, you have to be aware. Obviously, I've run into one grizzly when I lived up in Montana. I was out picking huckleberries on my day off from working on the ranch, and I came up on a grizzly at like 30 yards, and it scared the living shit out of me. You see these animals up close; they're fucking scary, scary as shit. Um, you just have to be aware. I mean, I'm notorious for not hanging my food. I don't give a shit. Like down here, the bears on the East Coast, there's big raccoons, you know. But when I get up in grizzly territory, that's a whole different story. Yes, I will be hanging my food every night, and I won't even be cooking at camp. Like I'll stop an hour before I camp, cook my dinner, and then walk to camp. So there's no smell around my camp. Grizzlies are just you don't fuck with them. They will fuck you up. Got to watch your ass huckleberry picking. You ever tried huckleberries? They're fucking delicious. Actually, got sick of them living in Montana because they make everything out of huckleberries in Montana. The local brewery in Whitefish has a huckleberry beer. I mean, ice cream, fucking the restaurant I cooked at with huckleberry pancakes, huckleberry this. I had huckleberries come out of my fucking asshole. It was fucking everything was huckleberries. They're good though. All right, one more question, fuckers. I'll pick a good one here. Come on, who's got the best question? One more. All right, food. All right, here we go. Here's the donation question, so we'll answer this one. X Nizen X. Thanks for the live stream. Wife and I will be waiting for the next bid. Back on trail. It wasn't really a question, but thank you for the donation. Okay, I already answered that one. Well, here's kind of an easy one, but we'll answer this one for the last one. Would you ever shave your beard? Fuck no. Nope. Not gonna shave my beard. I forgot what my fucking face looks like. Um, this has become a part of me at this point. Yeah, I'll just never shave my beard. It's just who I am now. I don't know. It fits the whole hiker trash lifestyle, and when you look at my ass, you're either homeless or a hiker. That's the way I want to be looked at, I guess. So, nope, the beard is gonna fucking stay. All right, fuckers. Well, the Diet Coke is about gone. Now I want to be about gone. Thanks for y'all stopping in this chat. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I'll try to do one of these once a month for y'all while I'm out here on trail. It always depends on where I'm at and how good the Wi-Fi connection is and all that. But um, I want to thank y'all in advance for the support you guys are giving me so far and the support you're going to give me in the future as I walk north up on this trail. It is not fucking easy, and filming these videos for y'all and editing and uploading has been a lot of fucking work. I ain't gonna lie, but I know you guys appreciate them. So, and I like doing them still. So I'm gonna continue to put out the high quality videos that I think you guys deserve, and we'll be in Canada eventually. We'll stop in, check in with you all in a month or so, and we'll do another one of these live Q and A's. So, all right, fuckers. Thank y'all. We'll see you next time.